Hello everyone, my name's Rob. I'm with precodecamp.com, and in this video we're just going to have a real basic challenge for us to do. So if you're just getting into conditionals and if statements, this one might be for you. An example that we're going to go over is, say we have a user entry and they entered in 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have a secret password. We just need to authenticate or validate that that the passwords kind of match, right? And so we're going to do a couple test scenarios, and then we're going to throw in an extra bonus kind of thing to think about whenever we're making these if statements. So as you can see from the challenge prompt right up here, you have a user entry and a secret password. Go ahead and write an if statement that will check if the user entry is the same as the secret password, and if it is, go ahead and console log welcome back. And if it is not, let's go ahead and console log you're not allowed here. All right. So again, I just have on lines 9 and 10, user entry is 1, 2, 3, 4, secret password is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a great time for you to pause the video and see if you can get this going yourself, and then you can resume the video. If you are looking at getting Visual Studio Code to look exactly like mine, please make sure that you take a look at our series of VS Code, and that way you'll be able to see how I have mine set up and how I'm going to be testing it. All right. Okay. So hopefully you paused the video. Hopefully you ended up getting it. If you did, great. If not, no worries. We're going to go ahead and go through this together here. So the thing that we need to think about is, how do we start off an if statement, right? Now, an if statement needs to have something that tells us whether it is true, right? And then the else part of it is going to be if it's false, right? So we need some sort of condition out there that allows us to compare two things that we see on the screen here. And real briefly here, if we go ahead and just do a quick console log of user entry, and we set that equal to secret password, okay, and let's go ahead and console log with that, what that kind of looks like. And I'm going to maybe just zoom out just a little bit of the words here so we can see it all in one line. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. I'm going to run it. And we see that we get the answer of true right over here, okay? And again, if we were to say, hey, the user typed in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we hit the save button, we now get a false, okay? So let's keep that back at the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And so this right here is our comparison. That is what we are going to be putting in there as our conditional. So I'm going to do an if statement. And so if the user entry equals secret password, okay, that's what we want to put inside there. And then we want to have these curly brackets, right? These curly brackets here, curly bracket there. And again, the if statement means that, hey, this block of code right here is going to execute if this part up here that we put in here, right, if that equals true. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and clear that out. I'm going to just save it, and then I'm going to run it. And I do get a welcome back, and that's great. That's what I needed. But let's test out the other part here. I'm going to do a 5 on here. I'm going to save it, and then I'm going to clear this out, and then I'm going to run it. Notice that I only get the false, and that's because this block of code right here, right, we just have an if statement. We don't have the else. And so we're going to tag on the else right here to help us with that. So we're going to do else. And then I'm going to put in there the console log of you are not allowed here. So if I clear this out and then I run it, save it, I now get you are not allowed here. Awesome. So now we fulfilled both agreements, right? Now, the bonus part of this video is, what if I wanted to maybe trick the system here, and I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4 up here, but then I'll remove the quotes up here. What if it's at the number? Now I saved this, and as you can see right now, That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And the other one's 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So let's go ahead and save that. Let's run it. Well, it's telling me it's not allowed here. I get a false, right? So what can I do here to make this a true statement? Now, if you remember that the triple equals, we're checking for both type, right? So the type, and if we look at this here, I'll hover my mouse over here. We see that this is a number, and if I hover over this, it says it's a string. So we are looking, whenever you're using the triple equals, you are looking exactly for, hey, doesn't match what we're trying to figure out, right? Which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that also a number? Right? Now we're comparing a string to a number, and that's always going to be false. So what you can kind of do here is we'll change that from a double equals to, or a triple equals to a double equals, save it, and then run it, and now we get the welcome back and true. All right. Okay, well, hopefully that helped encourage you in learning your conditionals. Thank you for watching. Feel free to comment down below, as well as subscribe if you found this helpful when you're starting out learning the basics of JavaScript.